Alright, so after being on the receiving end of Elan, it is time to play as Elan. There's some more Recettear. Always a bit of fun. Last time we paid off the 80,000 Pix payment, and next up we have 200,000. Shouldn't be too hard, we're already most of the way, but hey, we're just trying to have a bit of fun here. Let's make tons of money. Weapons are selling like, well, they're selling at extortionate prices, so we want to get them all out on display. And the trouble is that people also tend to want foodstuffs come morning time. So we'll need foodstuffs on display as well. Did we run out of melons? I hope we didn't run out of melons. Kokai indeed. No, I said food, didn't I? Oh, that's right. The price of melons crashed last time as well, so we won't be making money off of them. I believe that happens when you sell too much of a particular item. Or maybe it's to do with buying them up, one or t'other. Alright, vendor. Let's get those treasures out there. Though it never seems to work properly, does it? Alright, we'll fill it full of thankful statues. And the golden pedestal. Can't forget the books. Everybody loves books. This game's such a lovely zen moment. So you might have noticed that the last game ended rather suddenly. A good part of that was due to it crashing. What a shame. Alright, let's try and make some crazy money, but let's poke our nose out and check first in case there are loads of events. There are actually no events. We'll have a couple doses of selling, and then I think we'll go right into the dungeon, because I want to... but we don't have the equipment for that, do we? We'll figure it out. Oh, that's right. We still had the boom on valuable items, so... in come the women. Now is our time to make boom dollar. Yes it will. Clock one more level up for the woman. That puts her at level 6. Women have come in great number, indeed. Alright, I think we pretty much won the game on this. Valuable boom, and you stuck your vending machine full of it, Jake. Good job. Nah, no problem. We have more. Does this count as valuable? I think this does, though. No. Okay. Well, I suck. But she does want that. Oh well, it matters not. And another level up for her? This is crazy. Running out of space on my piece of paper for levels. Oh, and another reminder to go offline on Steam right there. Alright, we won't mess up a second time. Have a thankful statue. Food? I don't remember that. to put everything that I have on display into his mouth, but there you go. Alright, so I've said it several times that I'll go and get some replacement parts for my PC, but I think tomorrow after work, for sure. Since this whole crashing every time I want to stream is really not what I'm looking for. Alright, so since we made so much money and sold so much of our goods there, we'll go out on a shopping spree and we'll go dungeoneering. That sounds like good fun. Poor Louis. Why is he so poor? Alright, so I'm very disappointed with our... Oh. I was thinking I was going to buy our superior kind of vending machine, but not when it's super expensive. It must count as a valuable item. Alright, we need expensive stuff then. The guy wanted foodstuffs later on. Somebody also wanted books, so... Most expensive books you have, please. I can never go wrong with the scales. Just, I want all expensive things. Okay, giant fists are up in price at the moment, but I already gave him a giant's fist, so don't have to worry about that. The battle sweater, unfortunately, we'll have to pay over the odds for. And we have a pirate hat for him, that's good. I'm getting excited just thinking about going dungeon diving with Elan again. It's gonna be good. Alright, nothing is cheap, what a shame. Onwards. Wait, didn't I need to give him some better shoes as well? Yeah. Onwards and upwards, there's more to be done. So if you didn't see last time, I am now in love with Elan. He's fast, and he just punches everything to death. How can you not love that? So prepare for like 15 minutes of me just swooning over this man. Well, it depends how long this dungeon will take. But this is just the kind of stress-free environment I need after getting coalitioned so hard. They took so much from me. That's interesting, though. Might be some kind of strategy you could make out of that. The thing was, trying to think how you could even work that. Because if you were to feed vassals, then they would demand the end of that vassalage. The issue was I was so far away that they didn't care about me releasing any of the nations there. God, I love Elan. As any French player would. Jake, is Recette a good representation of your real-life appearance? Sure. If that helps you sleep at night. I think William is a better representation of how I look in real life. strategy out of what? Well, I got a ludicrous amount of aggressive expansion in Western Europe. Pretty much everyone there coalitioned me, even though I had no presence in Europe and no vassals in Europe. They declared war because they thought, hey, here's an easy war. And then they went, what do we want? Oh, we want nothing. We have no claims on your land, so it's not something that we can fight for. And you have no vassals in the region that we want you to get rid of. And you have nobody that you can spit out that we care about. I could have spat out that Sumatra nation or whatever it was. And even if I had to, who cares? It would have been land that I have core on. Or rather, I would have kept my cores because it's my primary culture. Sumatran, or I don't know. I probably should have read it. But yeah, the whole plan for the campaign was to get the Spice Must Flow achievement. Because it's been sitting there unachieved for ages, and I just wanted it out of the way. And Scotland is a pretty damn good colonization nation. So it kind of kills all the birds in one stone. Well, not historically. Historically, we were one of the worst colonization nations. Guess I'll just murder most of my population on this island and make myself bankrupt. Oh, you again. But then that's what they say about Scots. Bought and sold for English gold. Something something nation of rogues. Jake, are you playing this game with a legitimate Nintendo Entertainment System controller modified to look like an Xbox 360 controller or a keyboard? That would be the genuine modified controller. It's not really a keyboard-friendly game in my opinion. Grain porridge. Okay, that's enough of you. Oh, yeah. Alright, so by order of elimination, we know where the exit is now. Not that I mind, I could punch things as they land all day. And we're close to level up, so I want to waste my SP on something. I wish there were big enemies, so I could rip and tear. Just like that. That is just so cathartic. Well, it's been a nice short holiday, but it's pretty much already over. Back to the grind of buffing France in Europa Universalis. I should just take this to the side and play it privately. Because, damn, I'm having too much fun. Just punching things. Speaking of, the Fist of the North Star arcade game was again out of commission. So I think they've just given up on fixing it, considering that the arcade is closing down soon. Tragic, because I wanted to play more of it. But at least I got the opportunity to. I'm sure there are people that would die happy if they could just look at that game. Back to the relentless toil and suffering of playing as Venice. Yeah, that's another thing. I was planning on spending a bit of time on my days off trying to strategize for Venice, but I failed on that account. But we'll get it sorted. I'm sure most of the playing is actually done over lunchtime, where we all sit and plot. Characters that fight with their fists always give me a desire to play Gaia, because I love to have a team of brawlers. So what are you going to do? Punch all your problems away? Yes, that's exactly what I'm going to do. Okay, this Amber Garden is doing a great job of having the exits evade me. That's alright. Means I can just spend more time punching, and that's exactly what I'm happy to do. Defense power doubled for everyone. Great! More punches. What are you saying, Recettear? I've never felt better. Just like a special kind of therapy, all this punching. But I don't imagine there is much left of the Scotland campaign, so as ever, I'm going to need to think what I want to play afterwards. Jewish John, for the Prester John achievement as a Jew, that's coming after the next patch, because it'll actually make it reasonably possible to convert to Jewish, I hope. Because at the moment it treats the Jewish as a pagan religion, so if you're not already pagan, you can't convert to it without going bankrupt. And that's just not very good. Alright everyone, come one, come all. So Jewish John waits for the next expansion, but then kinda want to play a horde, specifically a Buddhist horde, but then there's the Buddhist stuff. What's a man to do? But punch all of his problems away. Jake, you could do that Russian miner game you've been talking about since Ryukyu. That is very true. The only thing is I only just did Theodoro, and that was an Eastern Tech group Orthodox play that involved me taking Russia. And I don't like going over old ground. Now, excuse me while I use the multiple missionary trick in every single playthrough. Mr. I never use an exploit twice. It's amazing. And here I was thinking that this game wasn't all that exciting, except for when it comes to the buying and selling. And then I found Elan. still mystified at how I never used him before. I think it's because generally I like archers in games, so I played with the archer girl mostly. But now I see the error of my ways. How are you meant to really appreciate destroying someone if you can't look them in the eyes and punch them? Jake, you'd always do a Balochstan to Persia game, the only nation I'm aware of that could form either Persia or Mughals. Ah, that's right, somebody was suggesting the This is Persia achievement, and it's probably not outside of the realms of possibility to get that done as a horde. I mean, I love hordes. I wouldn't mind playing a horde and then playing a horde again. Because hordes are just the best. Okay, really, this is, it's making me work for these exits. How big is the Amber Garden, anyway? Funnily enough, I do have to be in bed at some point tonight. I rock up to Paradox at like 11 AM and they go, Jake, where were you? It's like, I was busy punching things all night. Then I lose my job and get sectioned under the Mental Health Act. And probably deported. Yeah, these levels are starting to get obnoxiously big. It's more like it. Come on. You gotta get rid of the little ones or else they jump into the big ones. Damn, I love Elan. Yeah, what is this anyway? Just throw away all the garbage that we picked up and don't really need. And there's a fair chunk of that. Slime liver, I think, is a bit different since it's a big monster drop. Or a rare monster drop, something like that. Enough thinking, back to punching. This area looks familiar. I think there's some lore on this part of the dungeon. Any Merchant Republic achievements you are interested, Jake? What? I don't think there are Merchant Republic achievements. I mean, there's the Mercantilism one, and there's the Venetian one. They're not really tied to being a Merchant Republic, though. And I already have both of them. I wonder, can I do that to these? In a manner of speaking. Double the defense. Doesn't really affect how much punching I can do though, so that's neither here nor there. I am still trying to wrap my head around that whole you can form Great Britain as Scotland regardless of your culture. So how can you use that? Especially given the fact that forming Great Britain diplomatically means that you instantly annex the minor partner. It's like forming the Commonwealth. You don't have to pay the cost, the dip cost of integrating the lesser minor. So what does that mean for us? Well, let's say you're playing as Scotland, and I don't know, you culture shift to something else. And then you vassalize England, and you feed them a billion provinces. I mean, they are huge. Then, at the click of a button, you inherit all of that land. Could make for an interesting Scottish world conquest. And since you've culture converted, you won't have to stay as disgusting Great Britain. You could be Sardinia Piedmont, maybe. You know, a nation that you don't have to be ashamed of being. Because, I mean, who wants to be Great Britain? Jake, have you ever played Dwarf Fortress? Nah, it doesn't really interest me. That may or may not make me into a casual, but who's keeping score? I just want to punch things. This is meant to make the floor slidey, but it does not seem to be affecting Elan. Good for us. I want to be Great Britain, Jake. Wait. I want to be Great Britain, DDR, Jake. The North would be bankrupt without you. I don't follow. Or do you mean the north of England? So much satisfaction to be had playing as Elan. What could it be? It's gotten to the point where I can be pretty picky about the things I want to take or leave. Natural heater. What in the world? An ingredient for something. Okay. Maybe I'm just too fussy because we've been power leveling ourselves shopping wise, but we're not really getting much good loot here, are we? It's like a raincoat. I needed that in Maniac Mansion Day of the Tentacle, but not here. Alright, exit, reveal yourself to us. Or... come on, everyone. I'll take it. A half rounds up to a hole.